Good morning, everybody. So far it's just me, but I know Amber's trying to pop in. So she's gonna be on her phone. So it just takes a little bit longer to get in. But yes, I am still wearing the same shirt that I was wearing yesterday because it's early. I haven't changed yet, but I have my coffee. And hopefully y'all have your coffee too. Yes, I am manifesting. I am manifesting fall over here because this week's it's going to be 106 again. And I hate it. I hate it. So come in and say hello. Let me know what you're reading this morning. I already see some faces. Hello. Last night was fun. Popped in for 5 minutes. Yeah. Sometimes I get late, so sometimes I can't always do a late one. Especially my house is really loud all the time, so it's better in the morning for me where everyone's still sleeping. Cage of Ice and Echoes by Pam Godwin. I don't think I've ever heard that one from Pam Godwin. But yeah, go team. Good morning, Autumn. Yes, y'all. Sea of Ruin is the best book ever. If you like dark stuff. Oh, it's a new book. Okay. Good morning and good luck to Team Opera Singer. Me too, Amanda. Me too. I am stuck. I am stuck on my book. There she is. There she is. She might be a little sideways, but we will work with it. There we go. We will work with it.
My camera was all messed up on this thing right now. It's not letting me do my sideways or whatever. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's my camera settings or something.
I don't know. You're all good though. You look great.
So I'm okay in this mode, okay?
Yeah, I know for you it's like
I know. It's never done that for me before, so I don't know what's going on with my phone, but
oh, that's all right. Good morning.
Good morning.
We already have some people in here, so I'm just going through comments. But what are you reading this morning?
Well, I have to, I felt bad because I know I need to start like with the tropes and stuff, but I have an arc I have to read. So I wanted to try and get that done and then start going to like our tropes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm still reading my book club book. It's
okay,
good. It's due tomorrow, and I feel like I'll be reading this book forever.
Oh, God.
I know, but it's Heat of the Everflame, so I'm getting closer. It says I have 2 hours and 40 minutes left now.
Oh, so you're good. You're going to get it done. You'll get it done.
I'm like, that's my goal today is to like finish it today.
Yeah. I don't know. This is driving me nuts. What's going on with my camera? I'm like, what is happening? Hold on. Let me see.
Okay. Is it like the portrait setting where it, maybe you need to lock it or something?
Yeah, I don't know because I was trying to find the settings just even on my phone and I wasn't seeing. I might be messing around with this right now. I don't know if you can see me still.
You're good. I'll go through comments while you do that. I know a lot of people are reading this one, Phantom by Greer Rivers. So you're not alone. I do this too where I read like multiple books at the same time. Like I always have my workbook, my bed book, like my night book, like my during the day book. So yeah. Oh, Court of Mist and Fury. That's a good one. What is going on here? Hang on. I'm missing some people. Oh, I'm missing Mrs. Pizza. Look at her go, reading the OG Phantom of the Opera. You're a better person than me because there's no way in hell I would read the original. I would be lost. I'd be so lost. Whatever team opera singers. I'm just kidding.
The one that has the most. I don't know what the heck is going on here. I'm like, I guess maybe I'm just gonna have to leave it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you're fine. I don't care.
Okay. Is it driving anybody else nuts? Like it's driving me
No,
nuts? I don't
you
know.
sound and look great. I think it's probably just going to drive you nuts. So
Yeah, probably.
See, Everyone is one of the best books ever. Hands down. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Crystal. Crystal, I'm almost done. I know Crystal and I are doing our book club tomorrow. She just finished.
Oh my gosh. How long is that book?
Over 1,000 pages.
Oh my God.
I know.
See, I need to finish. I was saving it to finish this month, but I got to read the Fiery Cross for the Outlander read along, and that's like so long. Like,
Jen was reading that last night on sprints. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a good page count. Maybe I'll save it for the readathon, but I'm like, oh my God, it's so long.
Yeah, so long. Oh, business casual. Okay, yeah. You were reading this last night too. BK Borson. I am one that could not get into Love Light Farms, but I think it was the audiobook's fault. I'm going to blame the audiobook. I did not like the audiobook of it. Oh, Phantom by Susan Kay. I know a lot of people were talking about this last night. Well, Autumn, you were talking about this last night. So, like, I might read this one, but I don't know. My TBR is so full, so I gotta have all my white chooses. You know what I mean? I stack the deck with white chooses. Oh man, that's so many pages, guys. I don't have the attention span usually. Butcher and Blackbird is one of my favorites. Oh, Half a Soul. Okay, yeah. This is the one about has scissors on the cover. It's about what are those people called? That make clothes? It's early, okay. It's early. My brain isn't working. Seamstress. There it goes. Right? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I've never read it. Yes, have fun. There's a lot of you in here this morning. Do we all wanted to wake up together? Yeah, I know. You reread. Oh, okay. Butcher and Blackboard is also one of my favorites. It's so good. I actually really liked the second one too. I know that's like kind of not the consensus, but I liked Leather and Lark. I really did. I enjoyed the audiobooks of both of these books. It's not Butcher and Blackboard, but I liked Leather and Lark. Once I finish Heat of the Everflame, I am going to go into Philomena and the Seven Deaths. I really, 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 really want to read that book. So that's my first book for the readathon because I am like dying to get into that one. Obsessions. Is this one Make Games? Audiobook for Obsessions. I hope that you're talking about Make Games because if so, enjoy. Enjoy, Daddy Caleb. Yeah. Yes. That's my one thing I'm going to say right now about it is that it feels like I'm reading this book forever. It's the longest book. So long. I feel like I've read it for an entire month and it's so annoying. Welcome back. No, you're fine.
I'm just leaving it as it is because I don't know what's going on my phone. So sorry, everybody, but I don't. Oh well.
You're fine. It wouldn't be alive if there wasn't technical difficulties too. Yes, have you ever read the Make Games books?
I read the first one. Like it didn't blow me away, but I want to reread it for this one because I think I was like, because I know everybody loves it. I actually bought the audiobook for the first one way back, so I bought the second one too. So I want to try and get into it this time.
The audiobook is definitely the way to go for these. It's like a stellar cast and like it's really the dumbest book ever. Like it's the dumbest series ever, but the characters are really fun and like they do like a fantastic job with it. But yeah, the book is not gonna be like
it'd be amazing, but it's fun.
it's just fun. My
Yeah, I
dog,
read I listened to the audiobook because I got the ALC way back for Tessa Hip. What's going on there?
my dog is scratching himself like there's an earthquake.
Oh, and here comes my cat. Don't even lay on my laptop.
He's got to do this right next to me. Get away, dude. Oh Lord.
Oh my
This little
God.
get up here. Come on. Get up here and scratch yourself. There we go. Leo. All right. Should we start sprints?
Yes.
All right. I love Nocticadia. Okay. 30 minutes. What do you say? 30 minutes?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put a banner up at the bottom. Come back at 41 minutes to the hour, and then we'll chat some more. So,
Okay.
all right. Okay, we're back. I don't want to scare anyone, but
I know, because like I see like the other people sometimes will have like those like alarm things or whatever, and always like I go, oh, like when I'm in a reading sprint.
yeah, I'm just too lazy to go start that up.
Well, yeah, and I was like, oh, I don't think I could ever do reading sprints because I have to do everything from my phone because I live in the middle of nowhere with like no good internet. And so I was like, I don't know if I could do them because I can't do that thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, I could do it. I could just throw up a thing saying what time.
Yeah, if you can get to like the banners portion, you can do that, or you can just put it in chat, and then like
Yeah.
have the chat like so. You can make it work, or you could do nothing and just be like, come back at this time, and then
Yeah.
I think the good thing about it is you make it work for you. So
Yeah.
okay, let's see where we're at. How'd you get in your reading?
I just started the book, so I'm like about 12% through. It's Lillian Harris, Brutal Savage. So it's like an Irish mafia, but he's like kind of single dad. You know, I think he's gonna marry. He took on a child, like kind of an adopted dad, but his parents died, so the kid's traumatized and doesn't speak. And so I think it's gonna be like with his teacher or something like that.
That's interesting. I don't usually
Yeah.
read contemporary, so I don't think I've read anything like that. I've read like Mila Finelli Mafia.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the only one I've read. I do
I
think
read a
like
lot of mafia.
do you?
So
I feel like Mafia is something that I would actually like, but I don't know.
yeah. At first
Okay.
I was like, oh, they're all the same, blah blah blah. And then I got like hooked and I just keep reading mafia now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Pressured to buy it. Okay. The Mask in the Mirror. This sounds familiar, but I don't know what it
I'm like,
is.
which one is that?
Let me see. I feel like I have heard this one.
We probably saw it somewhere too.
I know. Like I'm always, especially.
I know with everyone posting their
Oh.
TBRs, I'm like, this is dangerous because I keep adding.
Okay. I actually read. Okay, this is by Lyra Forger, and it's from her Grimm Academy series. But this is the Phantom of the Opera retelling. I
Oh,
read like a prequel, I think, from that series. It was fun, but it was a prequel, and it was like a novella that needed to be longer.
yeah.
Oh, hello,
Hi,
Maggie.
Maggie.
Whatever. Phantom's
Team
going down.
Phantom.
Down. Take you guys off of the knees. I love the ruthlessness. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
Tell me if my games could be considered gothic. Oh.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Make Games is gothic.
I don't
Make
think so.
Games is apocalyptic and paranormal, but not gothic.
Yeah.
I don't remember that line in the book, but I could see how maybe you'd wonder. I don't think it's gothic. No. Good job. Good job. I'm impressed. There's no
Was
way I
that for
could.
your buddy read what she finished?
Yeah,
Or
she was reading the original Phantom of the Opera.
oh, the fan. I don't think I can do that either. I don't know.
I am not a classics girl. No way. No
I
how.
get to like I think classics sometimes I'm okay if I listen to the audiobook, but like it getting into it has been hard for me lately, you know, in the last I don't know, I'm just used to reading my current day romances.
Classics feel like school, and I'm done with school. And then I want to go back to school. So it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay, you just said
Oh, I did say it, but I'm reading Brutal Savage by Lillian Harris, and now my cats are fighting. Hold on, let me get one of them outside real quick.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. Brutal Savage. Good morning. You're fine. You're totally fine. Yeah. Mafia seems like something I would love. But again, it's just like contemporary. I don't know. I can never get into contemporary that much.
Sorry about that.
You're fine.
My cat
Mine
starts to lose it once he wants outside. He'll pick on the other cat to get outside, basically.
Mine were harassing me so much, so I like had to make sure I fed them before I started this. Otherwise, they'd be like on top of me.
They always are like they're not around, and then when I film, like they come out and like get into crap every single time. Like, do you
Mine
just read mostly fantasy, April?
fantasy, historical,
Okay.
weird stuff. But I also like to dabble in other things. Like I just read a horror novel, and then like every once in a while, like a straight fantasy, no romance. And then sometimes historical fiction, not historical fiction, but I don't know. I don't know what you would call it. I guess like historical fantasy, I guess sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like a good like rom-com that's contemporary. Like I love Nisha Sharma's books.
I'm not good with rom-coms. Like I think I like just read mostly dark, but some I actually like, like we did like a buddy read thing where it was like Megan Quinn, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah. Like I've read some cowboy books too, but I don't love all of them.
Like, I need to read more fantasy, so I'm like,
I've always been a fantasy person. And it was funny because like I was over at my parents' house and my dad loves sci-fi. Like he watches all the sci-fi movies and stuff. Yeah. And he says the same thing I do about them. He's like, I just don't want to deal with the real world and I want something else. Something else. So we
go into another world and land. Right. I just finally, because I was like, okay, I only read the first 2 books in ACOTAR way back. And then like, because I was doing like the graphic audio before. And I'm like, okay, I want to reread those and then finish it finally. So I finally read A Court of Wings and Ruin. And I annotated it. And I was literally like bawling. I was like, I was so shocked that I cried that hard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I listened to it with graphic audio while I was like reading, and it made it so like it, they're like, it's a movie in your mind or whatever, but it's like, it really is. It was so good. So
I actually hate the graphic audio versions of that.
Oh, you do?
Because you know why? Because it sounds like Star Trek to me. Like the sound effects and stuff are more sci-fi and Star Trek-y than they are fantasy. So yeah, it totally takes me out of it. I think they did a good job with like the narrators and stuff, but I listened to the original audiobooks of it with the single narrator. I think she does a fantastic job. Like I liked that more.
Yeah.
But I love that they did that for that series though, because I love it when they do like a full cast narration and sound effects and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, like it just sounds so Star Trek to me.
Well, and it was I was listening to the first one with my mom when we were like going to like on a road trip thing, and just like the sex sound, like the kissing sounds, it like makes you cringe. You're like, and he's like, so I'm like, I don't need to hear Chamlin growl, okay? I don't need it.
Yeah, I just can't with that audio. Like,
so it kind of takes you out of the moment, and I was like giggling like in the car, with my mom. I'm like, oh, this sounds weird. It's like the kissing, the smacking sounds.
Like, shut up, stop it.
We don't need that much audio of it.
Like seriously, the Makings audiobooks, so good. So good. I mean, you have all the best narrators in them too. Like I just that's
what I would recommend too, because I got the ALC way back, but for Tessa Hale's, Twilight of Embers, like that had a full cast too. That like Teddy Hamilton, like really good, like it was so good. But I never finished it because I didn't get the ALCs for the other ones. But that's what I'm planning. I'm like, I'm going to listen to that. I don't know if I'm going to buy the audiobooks or just finish reading them because they're not too long, I don't think. But it was so good.
Yeah, I have that one in my Kindle. I didn't know there was audiobook for it. So
yeah, and it's a full cast. I'm trying to remember who's in it. Let me check because it was really good. Like I was impressed, and I flew through it like in one sitting because it was like so fast paced. So
did you ever read the Never King ones? I feel like you might like those. The Never King by Nikki St. Croix. It's White Shoes.
Is that the Peter Pan retelling one? Yeah, I did read those.
Did
I
you like
think
them?
I don't think I've read all of them because I think it continued with kind of like the Hook, right? Hook, and I need to read those ones where it's like their kind of thing going on. But
Yeah, I just read that latest one. It's called Devourer of Men, and yeah, it follows Captain Hook and Rock, which
yeah,
Rock
because
is
I was
my
like,
favorite
they
character.
teased that, like they teased it at the end, and I was like, oh, where's that book? But it hadn't come out yet, and I was like, dang it! Like I hate waiting.
It's all hot, no plot. I'm just letting you know that. There's
That's basically what those books are.
it is. It is.
Sometimes you need to take a break and just have one of those.
I agree. The good old 90-10.
Oh yeah, so Twilight of Embers had Joe Arden, Jason Clarke, Connor Craze, Teddy Hamilton, and Jacob Morgan.
Oh, okay.
So it had it was really good.
Okay. I might have to check out the audiobook because I definitely want to read those, but I just haven't
I'm like,
got to
it's
them
too bad we can't get points for both of our tropes because so many white shoes are
Sure.
shifters.
Yeah, they are.
I'm like, oh,
They
I wish
are.
we could get double points.
I know.
Then we
Well,
would
like
be
the
killing
Bonza
it.
tie, right? The Bonza tie has a shifter, and then like
Mhm.
all of those Zodiac Academy books.
I've
Like every
never
single one of
read
them.
Zodiac Academy, but I'm
I
like,
Yeah, I've read one of the Ruthless Boys or something like that. I read
mhm,
the first one of that one, and it's fun. It's like I always call it like a CW show because there's so much
mhm.
melodrama and like stuff like that. But like it's really fun, but there's no way I could start like a 10-book series. Like
Oh yeah.
I can't.
Well, and I'm bad like with series. Because Mafia has so many of these long series, and then so I'll be bouncing between so I never finish anything. Like I'm always in the middle of a series.
Same with fantasy. I'm always in the middle of a series and I never finish them. But I also like get to the point where like I don't want to finish them either because like I don't want to leave that world. You know?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want it to be over.
That's how it was weird with even just with Pam Godwin's new trilogy. It was so traumatizing and dark and whatever, but I didn't want it to end. Like
Oh,
I
really?
still wanted to stay in it. I was like, I don't want to finish this book.
When the writing is that good, you're just like, oh,
Mhm.
it
Make
is
games
only
to get
4 hours. Yeah, like it can be very short. Like, and there's so many of them, but they're all just super fun. Like they
Yeah, I
really
think
just
you
are
can get through
fun.
those really quickly, with
Yeah,
those audiobooks.
yeah.
Because I usually listen 2.5 speed, so I'll be listening. I can get through it pretty quickly.
I've been getting all my horror recs from Jenny here. We just read a horror book together. It's like I was a teenage slasher and like
Oh,
I liked it, but at the same time it wasn't really what I expected either. So it was fine.
mhm.
I'll
Yeah,
say it was fine. I don't know why, but rom-coms are just like sometimes I need a
yeah,
rom-com because I read so much like really heavy or epic fantasy. Like, I just need like something light and fluffy. That's why I read
I
my
always
weird
go.
book.
I always go to Ruby Dixon for my palette cleanser. Between my dark stuff, I'll be like, oh, let's throw in Ice Planet Barbarians,
Yeah.
and that'll kind of mix it up for me because I read so much dark or mafia or it's just so
Historical too.
or historical romance. I like
Yeah.
to throw,
Yeah. That's why I read those weird books too, because for the same
Mhm.
reason. Sometimes I need just know something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mhm. My phone. I don't know about you.
Graphic audios are cringe to me.
They they're so they're
Well,
so
and my mom
cringe.
was getting so confused too. She's like, with the music and the background, all the action things. She's like, I don't even know what happened. She just wanted the regular audio. It was kind of a lot at once.
Yeah, when they're talking over the music, I don't like that. Like
Yeah, because the
that
music
did
was
that in another.
loud, and you're like,
Yes, that did that in another book too that I read. It wasn't a graphic audio, but it was like the music was there while they're talking. I can't focus on that at the same time. Like, I really
yeah,
can't. I go, I have me bawling like a baby too. Yes.
yeah. I literally had snot. It was and it was tear on the page. I actually had tear on the page, and I was like, oh my god,
I don't think I've ever cried that hard at a book. I definitely have like cried at a book, like
Yeah.
a Ship of Bones and Teeth. There's a couple scenes that happen that are, like
Mhm.
teared me up, but I don't think I've ever like
Have you
cried at it.
read, I know you said you don't read contemporary, but like Binding 13, Keeping 13, like that series, that's the worst I've ever cried in a book. Like,
Yeah. If you tell me a book is gonna break my heart, I avoid it like the plague. I do not read those.
I
It's
know
like
in another reading sprint we were like chatting about that, and I was literally talking about how hard I cried on those, and the heavy subject matter of like
nope.
addiction and like family abuse and all this stuff. And Jen was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna read that.
I'm not gonna read that.
not gonna read
It's like
it." I'm like, I talked people out of it.
I would really love like to read Kennedy Ryan's books. Like I feel like I would like them too, but I can't break my own heart. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I know, and it takes a while for me to like pick up one of those books because I'm like, do I really want to put myself through it right now? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Pass.
Because I used to always be like, I don't cry. I've never cried in a book. And then I can't really say that now, like multiple times I've been crying.
Yeah, like I see everyone crying over that fan fiction Manacled or whatever. Nope.
Yeah.
Not gonna. Nope.
See, that's
I will
when
never read.
It's like on my TBR for this month too, because I was literally like, it was my one goal. I like made these goals for the year of things I needed to read. And I've been saying I was going to read Manacled forever. And it's just so long that I kept like putting it off, and it's going to be so dark.
Mhm.
But I love dark romance. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I need to do it because it's almost the end of the year and I'm still not even started this. So we'll see how I do on it. I don't know.
Ice Planet of Barbarians. I think I've read like the first 4 books, and I'm like, nope, too long of a series. I can't do this again.
They're so quick, and like, but like a lot of the audiobooks are on Audible Plus. So like I'll just end up listening to an audiobook, and like at the speed I listen to, it's like a couple hours and I'm done. So it's like a perfect little well, I was reading it and then I was confused because all these other characters came up, and I looked on like she has a reading order too of like other series that connect with it, and I'm like, oh, whoops. So then I had to go into those other series. So that's when it gets kind of complicated because you're like, I thought I could just read straight through the Ice Planet Barbarians and know everything, but
I always read in publication order, or like finish one series and then go to the next, even if they're like out of order or whatever, just because that's how she wrote it. So it makes sense to her. So I don't know. Like I never do the whole like, oh, this prequel goes in here. And no.
Well, like the other thing I've been doing forever is I wanted to read the Legacy of Gods, whatever series of Rena Kent. But like I wanted to read like the parents' book. So I was like, I'm going to read all her backlist in her reading order. And it's been taking me like over a year, but I'm finally caught up to get to that series. But
oh, wow.
It's a lot.
I think
like
I think Jenny and Steph, they were reading Rena Kent too. I think they were enjoying it.
Yeah.
I don't know what book would make you cry, Jenny. Sorry. I'm no help there because I don't read those books. You will never
get one. Binding 13, Keeping 13.
Oh god.
Well, I cried in Dark Notes. I cried in Sea of Ruin. Like
yeah.
Oh yeah, Warda, we were talking about that.
I know. Everyone says this and I don't believe it. There's no good way to break a heart.
I'm trying to remember what that book is, where it's the basketball series. It was the first book, and it was like I didn't realize it was going to have like that kind of domestic abuse, like kind of heaviness, and it was so heavy. I wasn't expecting it. I'm like, oh, cool, basketball romance.
Yeah,
no.
I think the one that I'm interested in probably the most, if I was going to read one of her books, would be like Real, just because it has to deal with like actors and actresses, but it's like back in it's like 19 something, right? It's not modern day, really, is it?
I don't know. I haven't read that one, but I don't know if it's modern day, but I think it's like because I think he was like a playwright or something for Broadway or
something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I
but
want
I
to
always
maybe
put
like
it
the
off because
60s or
I'm like,
70s.
is that gonna make me? I don't know if it's gonna be too heavy.
I know. Yes, Crystal likes heartbreaking books,
Yeah.
but she's not allowed to recommend any of those to me. Y'all are crazy. No. No, just kidding. It's not my thing. I like purely am reading for enjoyment and like to escape kind of getting my
Hmm.
heart broken because like the real world is tough these days. And like I just need a break. It's my me time. It's my self-care time. I do not want to cry in my self-care time.
Yeah, so Binding 13 Keep 13 wouldn't be good because those are all real world
Yeah, I
dramatic
can't.
things.
That's why I can't do it. I can't. Hills of Shivers and Shadows will make you cry. Thank you for another recommendation I won't be reading.
No, okay. You've got to read it. It's so good. I didn't cry in that one.
Oh,
But it was
okay.
just so dark, like in the twists and stuff. I was just like, but I did
Who's
cry
this one by?
in two of Pam's other books. But
Oh,
I remember
okay.
I started bawling in the opening of Sea of Ruin with like what happened to her as a kid. I was
I
like already
know.
like crying,
I
and my son
know.
was making fun of me. I'm like, whatever. You don't understand.
I really did enjoy the book. I mean, it's a heavy book, and
Mhm.
I loved it. But I don't know. I didn't cry. It like certain things made me go, ugh, like you know what I mean. I just
Yeah, it was really dark.
yeah. Yes. See everyone. I need to
Mhm.
feel something. Yes, I know. I know. It's all about the mood. I agree. Real so girl modern day. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I think it was modern day. I just didn't know if it was like back in like the 60s. I don't know if it was like, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like in the 60s or something. Maybe
Mm.
it's just the dress on their cover, but
Yeah, probably
yeah.
just the look of the cover.
Yeah, salty scenes, I can't get through
Oh,
those. So,
yeah.
uh,
Maybe not. Maybe
yeah,
not the Shivers and Shadows.
maybe not. On page, a salty scene's just gonna be a no for me. I mean, I skip some of the. Sometimes I'll read them. Like I read the ones in Sea of Ruin. I read the one in not Hellbent, but the Lee Bardugo one that has an assault scene in it,
Mhm.
and I read that too. But sometimes I'm just like, nope, can't live
Yeah, so
here.
you wouldn't be a fan of San Mariano then, like when I
No,
read
like
San
I am like dark-ish. You know what I mean? Dark-ish, not
a
like fully.
light dark.
Yeah, a light dark. I'm a light dark person. Like chop off their heads, all those kind of things, murderous vibes. I'll be there all day long. But if you assault somebody,
Yeah.
not into it. Okay, should we do another 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Do you have time? Okay.
Yes.
So we're gonna come back at 34 of the hour.
Okay.
We're back. Oh my gosh, it's so funny because I have an owl that likes to sit on top of the flue of my fireplace, and it's sitting here hooting, and my cats are just like
Going crazy.
they're going nuts. How was that sprint for you?
It was good. How did you get a little bit further in your book?
Yeah, I'm down to 2 hours exactly now, so
Oh, good.
I should be able to finish it tonight. I should.
Yeah.
So,
I hate it
but
when that always happens to me when it's like those buddy reads or book clubs where it's like even like wait like you get a couple months sometimes and I wait till the last moment to finally finish it.
I've been reading this for like over a week now, so
That's a long one.
it is definitely a long one.
Yeah, I was having kind of issues getting into the Fiery Cross compared to the other ones. I'm like, there's like nothing happening. I'm like,
yeah.
so.
What baby? I don't know what baby we're talking about.
I don't know.
The Alliance series by S.J. Tilly was my gateway to mafia dark romance.
Yeah.
Almost cozy. I like that.
Yeah, they kind of have some sweet, like there's the first two are okay, but I like the third and fourth book the best. But you know, it's like those kind of like some of them are sweet guys, even though they're one's an assassin, but they're kind of sweeter. But like I started out doing like Cora Riley, like that's when I first kind of started.
Oh, okay.
Then I read like, you know, Sophie Lark's ones and all that kind of stuff. I like Neva Altaj's series because those are like really quick reads.
Oh yeah. Had a fucking
Woodpecker.
Okay. That would drive
me crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, I would rather have the owl too.
Yeah.
I like get really annoyed at repetitive noises. Like I can't deal with it. My husband will like leave his game on like the loading screen or whatever it is and then walk away and cook for like an hour. Every single time I go over there and mute it, I'm like, oh, I can't deal with this.
I used to fall asleep to like at my old, like when I was with my parents, like with my DVD going, and then they would hear like the Joe Dirt, like I go to sleep to the Joe Dirt like menu page over and over. My dad's like, I can't take it anymore.
Like,
sorry.
Bonkers. Read a little, did some dishes, made more iced coffee, and second breakfast. I haven't even had breakfast yet.
I know, this is my iced coffee going on right now.
Yeah, I finished my chai, so. Oh, hang on. Prairie Cross was dragged for me too.
Oh yeah. Like I can't get into it. I'm like literally like nothing is happening. I was telling my mom about it. She goes, "Did they light the cross yet?" And I'm like, when I was reading, I'm like, "No, they haven't even lit the cross.
They haven't set it on fire yet? How rude."
And I'm like, this is taking forever. I think they probably do it the first episode or second episode in the show, but
Witchwood Not by Olivia Atwater. I don't think I've heard this one, but I know Olivia Atwater is, but I don't think I've heard this book. Gothic romance with Faye.
Ooh, cool.
Sounds like my style. Oh yeah. Yeah, my cat was over here rubbing up against. He tried to get on the keyboard, and I was like, "No, please don't push buttons." Oh hi, hello for joining us. Oh, okay. I haven't watched that series yet. I've heard it's pretty good. The Interview with the Vampire series.
Oh yeah, I watched it. Like because I read those books when I was younger too, and I love Lestat, so I'm always like, oh, I always envision somebody completely different for Lestat, so I get like, and they've changed so like I'm like, oh, Anne Rice has passed, like they can just change and do whatever they want with it. But I just finally binged the one that was based off The Witching Hour, which I can't, like when I was younger, I read The Witching Hour, and that's like over, I think like 1,200 pages or something.
Oh my gosh.
And they put all that into like one season. So I'm like,
whoa.
I don't know. They're pretty interesting though. It made me want to read The Witching Hour again.
I
was
don't think
like,
I've heard of that one. So I was like,
yeah,
oh,
I read a lot of Anne Rice stuff when I was like younger.
oh yeah. I had to take a shower. Yeah. I've been trying to get my daughter in the shower because she's been sick. So she's feeling good today. And I was like,
Mhm.
go get yourself cleaned up, girl. Now I'm reading the book. Okay. 12. How long is that interview with the vampire? Is it a long one
That
or
one's
no?
not long. That one's pretty quick. And then, but I like the second one, which is Vampire Lestat. It's like all about Lestat. So
Yeah.
he's my favorite. So I loved Lestat.
Yeah. Poppy Jacobson's Mafia. Okay.
Oh, I've never heard of
I don't,
Poppy Jacobson.
I haven't either. Definitely not for beginners. Okay.
Okay. Well, that'd be good for me.
Is the Make Games on Everand? No. It's not. I feel like I'm going to want to binge them all. No, these are actually the only audiobooks that I've paid for, but if you have
Mhm.
Kindle Unlimited, you get the Kindle download the Kindle Unlimited book and then you can get the audiobooks for like $7.50. That's the way
Yeah,
I
that's what
was
I end
doing
up
it.
doing for the second one because I think
Yeah.
I bought the first one like a year or whatever ago. And then I was like, okay, well, I want to try and do it again. And I'm like, I'm just going to try and upgrade to get the audio just because I really like the audiobook. So
They're
I
so
was
good.
like, I want the audios.
They are definitely worth the money, and I'm a cheap person. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
pay for anything, but I bought those. I'm on the Twisted Cross Ranch series, which is
Mm.
actually Cowboy Mafia for them.
Mm.
And I read the first book and I really liked it. Jason Clark, man,
Yeah. He's
he
great.
does so in Make Games. He's Irish, like Daddy Caleb, right? So in this one, he does also a Russian Daddy Caleb voice. And
Oh my God.
I was like, it works.
I know. I
It works.
love I like some of the audiobooks. Like I actually am like, oh, okay, this is worth the money. Like when I got it because it was like a Russian mafia one, and when he was speaking Russian, I was like, okay,
I'm down with this. Yeah.
yeah,
Her son Christopher Rice helped with the show. Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. Okay.
They did. They made differences, but they weren't things that like pissed me off or anything. But
Mhm.
they changed some stuff around. But you kind of have to do that, with to make it interesting. Some stuff
I like when they
interesting.
change it. I like
Hmm.
the show is different than the book. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like I always say I'm used to that from The Walking Dead. They made that show way different than the
Yeah.
comic book ever was, and I enjoyed it. Like I think it was more same thing with The Handmaid's Tale. Like The Handmaid's Tale is a
Hmm.
very short book, but
Yeah.
they just expanded on that a lot, and I don't know. I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
used to have Hulu just for that show, but then I was never watching it because I was like, "Oh, it's so like dark and depressing that I'd never want to put it on." I
It's
was like,
depressing. The Handmaid's Tale is definitely one where I cried in so many different episodes. I
yeah,
cry all the time at shows, but like books, I don't know why I don't cry at them. But shows, like
which
especially The Handmaid's Tale, I cried all the time.
which now I'm thinking, "Oh yeah, the Manacled is basically Draco, Hermione, Handmaid's Tale," and I'm putting
That's
myself through this.
no, don't do it. I'm gonna tell you, don't do it.
I want to try the audiobook things that they have like on Spotify that those people did for Manacled. I don't even know if they finished the whole thing. It's like that kind of
I,
podcast thing where I
oh
think they had like a Patreon.
yeah, it's on Spotify, and then I
Yeah.
heard that different parts have different voices. Like
Mm.
parts of the book, it has different narrators, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just what I heard. Seriously, like it's so good. One I'll never recommend for is the ones losers by is it really bad audiobook? It's the worst audiobook. I haven't read this series, so
Like one of the worst audiobooks I've like listened to was Stacey Reed when she had this one narrator, and I think it was like the My Darling Duke or whatever. Like I think it was the second one. I gave it a bad rating because the narrator literally like drove me insane. But luckily, she got different narrators later because I was like, I can't. So for the other books in that series, I looked at it was the same narrator, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to physically read it because I don't
yeah.
want to do Stacey Reed like that.
Yeah, I hate narrators who whisper a lot. Like I
Yeah,
can't
and
hear
she's
them in
like,
the car. Yeah, I can't hear them in the car, and I
Yeah.
literally turn it up high enough to hear it. So anytime
Yeah.
there's like a whispery, especially in historical romance, it just no, it
That's like
doesn't
what
work.
she did. It was like this over the top whispery and like drawn out. And I'm like, I can't listen to you.
Yeah, nope. Anyone trying to read those this month for I choose just read losers physically? Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love The Handmaid's Tale, but at some point I had to stop because it was just too much. Like my anxiety
Mhm.
and my emotions couldn't handle
I
it.
know I gave up on the show. I was like, okay, I'm not really watching it, so I've
Yeah.
just put it off.
Yeah. Oh, you met him at
Oh.
Cinders and Stardust. Okay. That's the thing about conventions. Like I'm going to my first one
Mhm.
in February. And I know I'm just gonna be like exposed to more authors that I've never heard of. And like
Yeah.
my TBR is gonna get it even bigger. Okay, well, I have stuff to do. My husband wants a
Yeah.
haircut, so I gotta pop off. But thank you for joining me, Amber.
Yeah, sorry about my camera. Now I got to investigate and figure this out so it doesn't happen
Oh,
next time.
like honestly, you look and sound great, so we're all
Okay.
good here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I think there is another
I
reading
think they have
sprints
one
this
tomorrow.
afternoon.
Oh
There's
yeah,
actually one,
afternoon and then one tomorrow, I think too.
yeah, at noon PST. So only in a couple of hours. Jenny and Steph, I think, are gonna have sprints. They'll post a link in the Discord, I'm sure. So
Mm-hmm.
that's it. All right. Hope you
Okay.
guys have a fun rest of the day. Bye.
Bye.